Distorted View Daily proudly presents leaving a voicemail on a masturbator enthusiast website.
I love all the pictures of the guys really beating their meat, coming all over the place, just having a good time enjoying themselves. I'm interested in the uncut guys, which you have a lot of on your site. The first one I saw was in kindergarten. Kid standing next to me at the urinal had a little extra blob on the end of his dick, not like mine. Wow, I was fascinated. The next time I saw one when I was in about 4th grade, and I used to walk home from school with a kid who lived a couple of doors away, and we used to go down in his basement and we'd take a piss. And he would hold his foreskin close and fill it up with pee and let it spray out all over the place, pull it out. Even at that age, it got hot. So you can see where I'm coming from. Just interesting to see all your stuff on the internet. I really got hard all afternoon watching this stuff. Keep it up. I'll call back later. Thanks.
Hey freaks, it's Friday, September 28th, 2018. Coming up on the program today, sex grabbing isn't a big deal, so ladies, just calm your very gropable tits. Plus, National Coffee Day is upon us, which gives me the chance to shit on 90s acapella group Rockapella. And butt sex that feels like a woman.
It's the Distorted View Show with Tim Henson.
Timothy Henson is charged with killing 2 people on Highway 101 over the holiday weekend.
Yes! Hey freaks, Tim Henson with you back one more time as we end the week with the Friday show. Got a good one for you today. Although I don't even want to talk about the biggest news in our country, because it's a minefield, right? I don't want to say the wrong thing and have half of you hate me. I'm either going to be labeled a rape enabler, which I've already been labeled a rape enabler, or a soy boy beta cuck. Those both kind of sound like as seen on TV products. The amazing new rape enabler. You fuck her and forget her. Then to enhance the feeling of all that rape enabling, you take soy boy beta super prostate cuck. It's a pill or something. Besides, that's really where my interest lies. Not so much politics. I don't need to talk about that here on the show. I like to talk about infomercials and Red Lobster and meowness. I will kind of dip my toe into politics here because before the hearings of that woman, Dr. Ford and Brett Kavanaugh, yesterday, the news was asking locals around the country what they thought was going on. And, you know, Americans are fucking clueless. If you're on the left, there are things that you're supposed to say. I believe all women, because even though time and time again, the one thing that I've shown here on Distorted View Daily is that there are assholes out there, regardless of race, gender. Let's not pretend that it's out of the realm of possibility that we've got someone who might lie about something. I mean, I don't know why she would lie about a raping. You always have to think, like, what is she going to gain from this? So far, she's had to move away from home. She had to be split up from her family, and she's been receiving death threats. From a cost-benefit analysis standpoint, she chose quite poorly. She's not getting a lot of good things out of this. Although maybe she was paid off or something. Maybe she's like a super liberal chick. And she can't stand the idea of Brett Kavanaugh being a judge. I don't know. On the flip side, why would Brett Kavanaugh lie? I can't think of one reason. He's a perfect gray chiclet teeth angel. I think I'm going to stand with my man. And a woman interviewed on MSNBC also agreed with me. She was like, so what if he grabs some pussy? The fuck cares?
Montana yesterday, NBC's Ali Vitale asked a Trump supporter...
That cannot be that reporter's real name. Ali Vitale? Who cares about these rape hearings? I want to put this reporter's parents on the stand and grill them. Like, what the fuck was wrong with you? Were you blackout drunk when you named this poor child?
Is Ali Vitali asked a Trump supporter and mother of 2 daughters about the accusations against Kavanaugh.
Groping a woman, which is, what is that, at 18? I mean, how many guys, think that's no big deal?
Again, this woman's 2 girls are standing right next to her.
Woman, which is, what is that, at 18? I mean, how many guys, think that's no big deal? Even back then, it was, it's not a big deal. It doesn't just take away from his character and his job to do what he needs to do.
Especially if his job is banging broads, whether they like it or not, right? My absolute favorite conservative radio show host weighed in on the issue. I'm talking about Jesse Lee Peterson.
The Democratic Party is controlled by feminist women who hate everything that's good. Satan is their father.
What I like about Jesse is that he sticks to the facts. He doesn't fall victim to hyperbole. The entire Democratic Party are Satan worshippers. Every night they suck the devil's dick. And they feed on the devil's cum, and that's what gives them their power.
And they are working hard
on their knees
to get control, just as an angry mother does in the home. And if you are a child, boy or girl, growing up, and you love your father, and that mother does not love the father, she'll destroy you too.
My mother was a vindictive cunt. I can't tell if he's deaf or just retarded.
If you get in her way.
His voice says deaf to me, but what he's saying says retarded to me.
And the Democratic Party is of its father, the devil, and all the little Democrats running around represent Satan. They're evil people.
Amen. Is that a prayer? Gotta be honest, I lost interest halfway through. Let's move on from politics to a good old-fashioned freakout. An old woman discovered something shocking in a PetSmart parking lot. A baby strapped in her car seat inside a locked car cooking. She immediately jumped into action, calling 911. Couple details she left out, though. The car was running, the AC was on, and the mom was also in the car with the baby. Now for a detail I left out. The woman and her baby are both Hispanic. The old woman is white. What am I talking about? Race war!
Face in the back seat. Still in a little car seat. I don't know how old he is.
This woman is on the phone with the police right now.
I'm in the car with her.
No, you're not. You're out here yelling at me.
From a strictly factual point of view, the old woman is right. You are out of the car. But I get what you were saying. You were in the car with the AC on.
No, you're not. You're out here yelling at me.
I was in the car with her, you fucking bitch. She's calling the cops on me. Because she said the baby's in pain. She said Elsie's in pain.
Where's she in pain?
Because she's sleeping in the sun, she said.
No, she's outside yelling at me.
You hear this, bitch?
She was in the car.
I was in the car with Elsie, and this bitch is calling the cops on me. I'm not doing anything but minding my own fucking business.
He just walked up. Let me talk to him, make sure.
Oh, because he's white?
Yes.
Because he's white, it's okay because he's here now?
No, because...
It's even worse than I thought. This is an interracial couple. That's such a shame. That's something my mom would say. Oh, that's a shame.
He's acting sane.
Because I was minding my own business sitting in my car, you fucking bitch. Let's go. Let's go.
Very easily.
What's the problem? Don't roll your eyes.
No, wait, okay, let me talk to the father, please.
You hear this?
I walked up here to get in my car, and I saw how the baby is there.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
It just looked, I didn't know if anybody was in the car for one thing. So I was concerned.
You didn't know if anyone was in the car. Look! Use your eyes!
You saw me sitting there, and then you told me...
Okay, one of us at a time.
No.
Oh.
This is not your business. I am sitting in the car.
It is my business when I mistakenly think the child was in distress.
Okay, so you made a
How
mistake.
is she in distress?
She just wouldn't let up on it.
So can we just admit
So why did you then call the cops?
a mistake and we can leave?
Yes, I
Okay,
can
bye.
see she's okay now.
Oh, now she's okay because my white husband is here?
I can't even tell he's white. He doesn't have a face I can see. He's
Really?
out there.
Oh, really? You can't tell?
It is really weird that, like, as soon as the husband got here, the woman's demeanor has changed.
Okay.
It's like, I made a mistake. Although I don't know if this has anything to do with her being Hispanic, actually, because the old woman is right. You can't tell what this guy is. He's got like a huge beard. The facial hair is covering, 90% of his face. Also, according to the YouTube comments, someone posted there, oh, that's my neighbor. We call her Call the Cops Carol, because she's always calling the cops over nonsense. The other day, my son was going to get mail from our mailbox, and she accused him of stealing mail. You know it's a federal crime to open mail that's not yours. Glad Carol is finally getting famous. Also, another comment here says, I hope that old frump gets cancer and dies. Which doesn't really have anything to do with anything. I just thought it was a funny comment.
Knocked on the window.
Because she's threatening to beat the shit out of me.
I never said that.
You called the cops.
I never said that.
You deserve that child to be injured.
Whoa!
And you probably do injure it.
Oh, yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah, you do. Look at you.
Look at you.
You see this? Pushing me. Pushing me. This is what I deal with all the time. I'm out in public now.
Look at you,
like
too,
this.
Miss Chiquita Banana. And your dirty, hairy, hippie husband. That baby deserves SIDS. By the way, the old woman's license plate is like something God. It's a vanity license plate. She's a Christian woman. Moving on, I've got some exciting news for no one. Tomorrow is National Coffee Day. Holy mother of made-up bullshit. I don't usually get sucked into these fake holidays. But actually, if you think about it, coffee has played a very important role in the history of Distorted View Daily. There's been numerous coffee-related audio clips and segments that are kind of memorable, and I've narrowed it down to 5. The top 5 coffee clips from Distorted View Daily. This is not sponsored by National Coffee Day. I know it sounds like some sort of like integrated sponsored bullshit, but it's not. I wouldn't do that to you freaks. I'm not a sellout in that way. I'm a sellout in many other ways. All right, here we go. The first one is kind of a cheat because I honestly don't remember if I ended up talking about this or not, but I've got a lot to say about Rockapella, and I've just been waiting for the right time to unleash. Now, you younger freaks probably don't know the name Rockapella, but for older freaks, I'm guessing when I say Rockapella, you immediately think, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Rockapella was an acapella, of course, musical group. This was before Pitch Perfect. In a lot of ways, I blame Rockapella for Pitch Perfect. But yeah, they were an acapella band, and never trust a band that don't utilize instruments. When you gotta provide all the beats and the popping with your mouth, it's a novelty act. You're circus freaks. You know what I mean? Anyway, so Rockapella, the group, did the theme song for that 90s PBS game show, Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego?
Well, she sneaks around the world from Miami to Carolina.
I mean, this is some cringy bullshit looking back, right? I know at the time, when we were kids watching Where in the World is San Diego, this was kind of cool.
The world from Miami to Carolina. She's a sticky finger filter fumbling down to Belize. Take you for a ride on the boat to China. Tell me where in the world is
Carmen Sandiego.
So the band consists of 3 white guys and 2 black guys. I know that deep voice at the end, Carmen Sandiego, has to be one of the black guys, right? And the really high guys are the white dudes. There's some racial shit at play here, I think. What does this have to do with coffee? Good question. Look, like I said, Rockapella is an interesting novelty. They struggled to get work, though. Thank God this Carmen Sandiego thing fell into their laps. And, they sang the song live every episode. So I'm guessing they were getting an appearance fee. It's not like they recorded the song once and that was it. So they're very lucky in that regard. That, they get to appear every episode on Carmen Sandiego. They also got a Folgers commercial ad. And then I think that was the last we heard of Rockapella. If you were alive in the 90s, you may remember for about a 3-month period in 1995 to 1996, ska was a popular genre of music, and then it just went away. At least with ska, though, you heard that type of music on the radio. There were bands performing this type of music, like the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. And please don't ask me for a second example. I know there were other ones, but you ask anyone and they can only name one ska band, and it's Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. The thing with Acapella, there wasn't wide appeal. You didn't hear Acapella on the radio. Rockapella was pretty much it. And while they cornered that market, it was a very, very tiny market. Like an Indian grocery store in Billings, Montana. Because, you know, there's not a large Indian population there. If there is an Indian grocery store, it's got to be pretty tiny because there aren't a lot of Indians. I mean, you get what I'm trying to say, right?
Every day I wake up, pour myself a cup of that rich Folgers aroma. The best part of waking up.
Talk about selling out. Think about Rockapella's career. They did a theme song to a game show and a Folgers commercial. Those are the two things they're known for.
It's the do-up in all I do. The mountain aroma always coming through. Oh, the best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
That would be the end, but there is an extended version of the Folgers commercial. There's like a second verse to the Folgers commercial. And I think Rockapella is behind that. That way it seems like, you know, they're singing a song. It's not just a jingle. You know what I mean? It seems more legit if there's a second verse. I have no idea if this was ever used in a commercial. I think I got this off of a CD or something. Someone had the full version for me. Here is the extended Folgers commercial.
Oh, the best part of waking up is Folgers in
second verse incoming.
Oh, I'm right in harmony with that do-up ditty. Whoa.
Yeah, I could really do without that doo-wop shit. This was recorded in the 90s. Doo-wop was what, the 40s, 50s? I mean, I get this is a cappella music. It's not exactly cool. But these guys in Rockapella, they were young.
With that do-up ditty. Whoa, one more cup and it's a who-up ship-up for me. Oh, the best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Man, if I was the black guy with the deep voice, I would have been pissed. They didn't throw me a bone here. I was totally expecting like the very last thing. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. Now that's how you end a commercial. That again was Rockapella's Folgers ad from the 90s. Kicking off Distorted View's list of memorable coffee segments. Moving on. Flying up the charts at number 4.
They call her Coffee. Because if you jive her, she'll cream you.
Yes, this pun-filled radio ad was for a blaxploitation film called Coffee. Coffee's black. Black people are black. Get it?
This is the end of your rotten life.
Coffee. The baddest one-chick hit squad that ever hit town.
All your friends are dead. Why kill them all?
Coffee.
Her tits are like 2 lumps of sugar. I just feel like the ad could use some more coffee puns. It'd be cool if one of the guys that, you know, she kills, she cuts their heads off and then turns around and says to the camera, he took his coffee decapitated. Sorry.
Coffee's black. Coffee's hot. And sometimes as sweet as sugar.
I know what you want to, and you're gonna get it.
Coffee. Always where the action is. A mean kind of super chick who don't take nothing off of nobody.
You want me to crawl? You want to spit on me and make me crawl?
All right, Coffee, calm down. If you ever heard me say, fresh perked, that's from an old Folgers ad coming in at number 3.
Why don't you try instant Folgers? Tastes good as fresh perked.
Fresh
good as fresh perked.
Fresh perked. Yeah, actually, Folgers makes quite a few appearances on this list. And the thing about it is, if you go on YouTube, you can watch these old Folgers ads from the 50s and 60s. The husbands were always so mean to the women.
Harvey, want anything special for your birthday?
Just a decent cup of coffee.
Boom.
You're kidding.
I'm serious. Honey, your coffee's undrinkable.
It's pretty harsh.
Well, so's your coffee. You know, the girls down at the office make better coffee on their hot plates.
And they've got tighter twats.
Well, see you later.
Groom your pussy and work on that coffee, bitch. Think about how that coffee conversation would go today. Like, honey, your coffee is awful. Well, then make it yourself next time, asshole. I made some for you because I was going to have coffee anyway. You think just because I'm a woman, I'm supposed to serve you coffee? Fuck you, pussy boy. I like my coffee strong. If you can't handle it, go to Starbucks. Get yourself a sugared vagina latte. I thought you were a man. All right, here's another example of a sexist 60s commercial.
Forget the coffee, Marge. It's never very good.
Yeah, she's making him lunch, and he takes his pail. Like, don't bother, honey.
Forget the coffee, Marge. It's never very good.
But Bill,
I'll get some at the plant.
But I live to serve you. If I can't give you coffee, what good am I? And then she throws herself off a ledge. I was designed to make you coffee. If I can't do that, I don't deserve to live. All right, we got two more here. This one is coming in at number 2 is actually my favorite. I think most of you, though, will like number 1 better, but for some reason, this one just speaks to me. So we played some Folgers ads from the 50s or 60s. I don't know if coffee kind of fell out of favor, if the industry as a whole was suffering in the early 80s, but coffee as an industry produced a series of commercials. I guess just to promote the idea of coffee, the same way there was those Got Milk ads in the 90s. This series of advertisements were called Coffee Achievers. I don't know. I just think this is great.
You are the new American society, the movers and the shakers.
I mean, look how they're trying to sell you this coffee.
The movers and the shakers.
Yeah. Hey, us coffee drinkers get shit done. You think tea drinkers close deals? No, sir. I've got coffee running through my blood. I've got coffee coming out my piss stream.
Shakers.
And they show like actresses and sports stars and stuff.
You are the new coffee generation.
Like, what does that even mean?
Because coffee lets you calm yourself down and picks you up.
How can it do both? Right? When have you ever heard coffee calms you down? It's a stimulant, right? It's got caffeine. You're wired when you drink that shit.
You are the new coffee generation.
It lulls you to sleep. It calms down crack addicts. After a busy day, don't you want to be put into a catatonic state? Have a few dozen shots of espresso.
Because coffee lets you calm yourself down and picks you up. Coffee gives you the serenity to dream it and the vitality to do it. No other drink does that like coffee.
And then the best ending ever in a commercial.
Join the Coffee Achievers.
Do your best.
Do your best, hey, whatever. It just comes out of nowhere, right? It doesn't really fit in with the ad. You've got the main announcer, join the coffee generation, and that woman with the soothing voice. Coffee lulls you, but it also jacks your shit up. You're wide awake, and you're shaking. You're seeing spots, and you're hearing stuff. Because you're drinking liquid drugs. You're a proud member of the coffee generation. You're a truck driver, and you've been driving 96 hours straight. Coffee's the only thing keeping you from plowing into a school bus full of children. You better thank your fucking lucky stars for coffee. You're welcome, asshole. Otherwise, you'd have the blood of 30 kids on your hands. Coffee just saved you from a life sentence, dickwad. As you can tell, coffee is also very calming. Join the Coffee Achievers. Do your best. Try not to commit vehicular manslaughter. Thank you. All right, coming in at number 1, the best coffee-related segment or audio clip we've played on Distorted View Daily has to be the She Spilled My Coffee PSA. This is from Canada. Canada, I mean, it's been proven time and time again. They make the best public service announcements. The idea behind this campaign was domestic abuse is bad. You shouldn't be able to get away with it at home. To illustrate that point, they show people committing domestic abuse in public situations. And they're like, hey, you wouldn't be able to get away with this shit here, so why should you do it at home? The clip I have for you, the best PSA, the coffee-related PSA, is a man and his daughter, I think, or his kids are having a nice breakfast at a diner or restaurant, and a waitress spills a little bit of coffee on his table.
Doing a real good job on your picture.
Coffee.
Please.
I'd like some more too, please, sir.
She spilled my coffee.
I'm sorry, sir.
You fucking bitch.
Yeah, he grabs her neck and slams her onto the table. To be fair, spilled coffee is super annoying.
Sorry, sir.
You fucking bitch. I'll bring a little coffee.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about this part. This is great. He grabs the coffee pot from her and then pours the scalding coffee all over her.
How do you like this?
And then slaps her across the face a few times. As if, third-degree burns to the face and chest isn't bad enough.
You wouldn't get away with it here. You shouldn't get away with it at home.
Oh my god. What the hell just happened?
Away with it at home.
Just happened. You spilled some fucking coffee. I bet you that's the last time you're ever going to do that. You're going to be a little more careful next time. All right, so there you go. Some of my favorite coffee-related clips over the years to celebrate National Coffee Day, which is happening tomorrow. And with that, let's get into the crazy, bizarre twist of that fucked up news right now. If you like Distorted View Daily, please consider supporting this nonsense. There's a couple ways to do that. The most important way, signing up and becoming a member of the Distorted View Sideshow. When you do, you get full access to the entire archive of programs. I've been at this daily show since December 2004, so there are thousands of programs in the archives for you to listen to. Plus, even better, every week we do exclusive shows in the form of podcasts. I do videos now. To be fair, those are pretty sporadic, but we are kind of ramping up the production of those things. Yesterday, we did not do a Sideshow exclusive program, believe it or not. I missed a program, so I'll be doing a weekend show for Sideshow Freaks, so it's a great time to sign up. Superfreaksideshow.com. Membership's very inexpensive, only $6.99 a month, even less when you opt for a quarterly, semi-annual, yearly, or lifetime membership. Maybe you can't afford that much. That's okay. You can always pledge a few dollars to our Patreon, patreon.com/distortedview. Over there, I post stuff as well, just for patrons. Sometimes I'll do videos. Sometimes I'll post other stuff like zipped archives of sound effects or just little updates. I think more behind-the-scenes type stuff will be going on the Patreon account. So patreon.com/distortedview. Two ways to support the show. Okay, 3 very quick stories, then we'll get the hell out of here. First up, a gay man tricked 4 straight men into sex. Oh, hold on. Let me get my notepad out. Here are some tips for me. A gay man tricked 4 straight men into sex by pretending to be a woman on Tinder. Like, that would work for a while. Eventually, though, you're gonna meet. And I think that's when things get tricky and extra dicky. Well, how did he pull this off? 4 guys he tricked. Duarte Xavier, 33, allegedly told his victims he would meet for sex in parks or his apartment, but only if they wore a blindfold throughout their encounter. This really illustrates how dumb horny guys are. It's like their brain just shuts off. They're not able to reason, right? Like, that's a huge red flag. A court was told how one man only realized he was receiving oral sex from a man when he lifted the blindfold, out of curiosity. Then he slapped Xavier and called the police. That seems like a pretty mild response for a guy finding out he was getting his dick sucked by another dude. Like, slapped? How dare you, sir? Whoopsh. Well, I never. I'm phoning the authorities. Another claimed Xavier sounded feminine when they arranged to meet in a park before the pair had anal sex. How could he find the butthole if he was blindfolded? I'm guessing Xavier kind of had to do all the work there, lining stuff up. But once inside, all butts feel the same, which I think was the sequel to All Dogs Go to Heaven. It was not a commercial success. All butts feel the same. Oh, it actually gets worse. All right, so this guy was blindfolded, right? This is the same guy who said that Xavier sounded feminine and was, plowing him up the butt. But the guy believed it was vaginal sex. He thought he was plowing into pussy when he was plowing into this dude's hairy butt. 2 victims had oral sex performed on them by Xavier, while the other 2 also performed anal sex on him. The alleged victim, who alerted police, told the Kingston Crown Court he matched a good-looking woman called Anna on dating... What? He matched a good-looking woman named Anna. Okay, I didn't call Anna. On dating app Lovo, who promised sex if he wore a blindfold. They met at Xavier's flat in southwest London, where the man put on a blindfold before Xavier emerged and began to perform oral sex. Describing how he felt pissed off when he took off the mask, the man said, "I saw this man with a beard." See, now, if I was going to trick straight guys into coming over and having sex, I would, shave every piece of body hair in my body, right? Because that's a dead giveaway. A scruffy face. Once again, I'm helping future criminals. If you're planning on tricking straight guys, shave that shit down. All right, my reaction was I slapped this man in the face once or twice, and I said, "Why didn't you tell me the truth?" I wouldn't mind. Jurors were told Xavier matched the man on the Lovo app before the pair exchanged more messages on WhatsApp. Xavier allegedly said, "Hi there, hope you're well. I'm recently single, looking to mingle. I'm just looking for a bit of fun. Be my obedient toy. WhatsApp and take it from there." Despite the alleged victim fleeing after realizing he was a man, Xavier continued to pester him for sex, sending him sad emojis. "Your lady boy is horny." Another victim said he was tricked into giving Xavier anal sex in a park after falling for a fake profile and believing he was a woman. When prosecutor Timothy Forrester asked about Xavier's voice, the man told the jury, "To me, it did sound feminine. It sounded of Asian origin as well." I wonder if it was a stereotypical Asian accent that he was putting on. "Oh, yeah, you come over. I let you stick your dick in my Shanghai snatch. Real good. Sweet and sour pussy. Ask for number 1. Maybe you stick your egg roll in my poo-poo platter, yeah?" I don't know. She sound convincing to me. The man was told to go to a specific place in the park and put on a blindfold and just wait. He told the jury a minute later Xavier arrived, and after 10 minutes of quite pleasant oral sex, the pair had actual sex. He admitted he had no reason to believe it was anything else but straight sex. The blindfold. What about the blindfold? Afterwards, he added, "It was her telling me about keeping the blindfold on, standing where I was, because then she was going to go and leave the vicinity before I did. It was different. I have not experienced anything like that before." Yeah, that's not normal sex. Jurors were told Xavier messaged the man after asking him to rate the experience from 1 to 10. He then added, "I can do better." Sorry, I was nervous. Defending Helen Butcher said the alleged victim knew he was meeting a man and described the situation as role play. Xavier denies 6 counts of causing a person to engage in sexual activity without consent with 4 separate men. The trial continues. So stick with the Story Review Daily. We may just have an update for you. Second story we have for you today. This one comes from, Cincinnati, Ohio. What did we do here now? Police in southwestern Ohio say a body reported near a park turned out to be a sex doll. And if you want to see this sex doll on the side of the road, check out today's featured image over there at distortedview.com and superfreaksideshow.com. I just want you all to know I had nothing to do with this. Authorities say Hamilton County engineers, got the engineers involved, called Coleraine Police Thursday when they spotted a body near Richardson Forest Preserve. Police say the figure was wrapped in a garbage bag. Yep, sounds like murder to me. And the bag had been abandoned on a hillside. It looks like the bag is just covering up the private parts. Whoever left it there didn't want to be vulgar about it. Coleraine Police Chief Mark Denny says officers pulled the figure out of the bag and discovered it turned out to be a life-size female sex doll. Authorities say the doll looked lifelike from a distance. Really? I'm going to let you guys be the judge because the picture is from a distance, right? You can see the whole thing. The way its legs are all splayed out and the hair looks kind of fake. It looks like it's just an overgrown Barbie doll. And Barbie dolls don't look real. Coleraine Township, by the way, is 20 miles north of Cincinnati. So I have my alibi. There's no way I could have made it up there. All right, final story we have for you today. University professor was left red-faced after accidentally beaming porn through a lecture room projector for all of his students to see. And this wasn't just like a tiny college, like an intimate college classroom. This was 500 students in a hall. Yeah, 500 students had turned up for an introductory psychology class. He could probably turn this into a lesson. Like, subconsciously, I knew I was playing this porn. I wanted you to catch me because I feel ashamed and I feel like I have a problem. Now, this is something that I can't come to terms with right now, but it's my subconscious coming out or something. I don't know, right? About 500 students turned up for an introductory psychology class taught by Professor Stephen Jordans with 2 O's. Jordan. You have to say it like that. It's like his name, and it's Jordan in slow motion with those extra O's. Steve Jordan. But instead got an explicit lesson in human anatomy and sexual behavior. I'm pretty sure all these college kids know about that stuff. Footage taken of the mortifying debacle shows shocked students. Really? Like, I'm going to play you this clip. Everyone's laughing, all right? All right, these are shocked students, aghast at the spectacle of porn coming on by mistake and seemingly taking a good few excruciating seconds to rectify. Some found it hilarious, while others can be seen getting up to leave. The blunder happened during the lecture at the University of Toronto's Scarborough campus, where the professor inadvertently screened the porn to a packed hall on Monday. The campus newspaper, The Varsity, said one of the students reportedly recorded the mishap on Snapchat and posted it elsewhere online, where unsurprisingly it was shared many, many, many times. The university said it was offering support to anyone who was disturbed, because, only pussies go to college now. I was traumatized. Like, there are going to be some kids who claim they're going to be suffering PTSD for the rest of their lives. And women, I'm sure, are triggered, right? I was raped. I don't want to see this. All right. So, yeah, there's going to be counseling for these kids. These are psychology students, right? They should be okay with this. All right. University said it was offering support to anyone who was disturbed. Spokesman Don Campbell said, "We can't discuss personnel matters, but we're aware of the situation and are encouraging students who are feeling unsettled to speak with staff at the Health and Wellness Center." I mean, how can that professor teach the rest of the semester? That's the only thing these students are going to think about when you're talking. What is that, interracial porn? I'm trying to get I got just a quick glimpse. One person is walking away. I see one person leaving. Hold on. Yeah, it looks like a black guy and a white woman. He's behind her, fucking her. Well, we know this guy's not racist. That's good. The professor's totally okay with black guys fucking white chicks. Cool. So progressive. That, my friends, is your Distorted News for Friday. Let's do a couple voicemails and get the hell out of here. I love to hear from you freaks. 206-666-4463. That's our voicemail line. If you want to spell it out, it's 206-660-HGOD, as in, oh, God. Other ways to contact me, show@distortedview.com. I'm all over social media, @DistortedView on Twitter and Instagram, and Facebook.com/DistortedViewShow. More importantly, you can talk with other freaks, communicate with them in our Discord. There are over 800 of you maniacs running around in there. There's a link over there at the, I guess on the main menu bar at distortedview.com, where you can just click the Discord button and, I don't know, get the software or log in or whatever. Let's check in with a few of my freaks. First up, we've got a patron checking in.
Hey, Timmy Boo, little baby faggot. Go check your post office box on Saturday. Love you. Bye.
Oh, the first package to arrive in our new post office box. The maiden parcel. All right, I will definitely check my post office box this weekend, and I will report my findings either in a video or, I'll talk about it on the show on Monday. So, yeah, we've got a new post office box. It's very exciting. If you have something you'd like to send to me, oh boy, it's the end of the week, and I'm drunk. Preferably expensive consumer electronics. That's what I would like to receive in my post office box. I know in reality what I'll be receiving are like travel size shampoo bottles filled with your spit or worse, vials of jism and stuff. Please don't do that. I don't want anything gross. I want nice things in my post office box.
Hey Tim, Sim from Maryland calling. So yeah, you racist asshole. Racist, culturalist, I don't know. You're talking about this Nigerian episode of 90 Day Fiancé.
Oh, yeah. That was a while ago.
How the fuck many planes go to Nigeria? Blah, blah, blah. Kind of a lot, man. It is the...
Who the fuck is going to Nigeria? Are you serious? I think you're mistaken. I watched that episode. I saw what Nigeria is like. It's a shithole. Trump is right. It's a shithole country.
Kind of a lot, man. It is...
I'm sure it's rich in culture.
Kind of a lot, man. It is the... Nigeria is probably the single richest as, like, per capita country.
Is that because of all the scams going on? The internet email things? Old ladies sending every, like, penny they have in their bank account to Nigerian princes?
As, like, per capita country in Africa. And the... I think it's got the largest diaspora anywhere for any African country.
The largest ass spread?
I think it's got the largest diaspora anywhere.
Ass spray? Largest what?
Anywhere for any African country. But yeah, man, shit tons of planes going in there. I had a work flight that went through Lagos, Nigeria once. They didn't let us be board, but that fucking Lagos airfield, it's like where planes go to die. They were like looking out the window of the plane. They were just like half falling apart, half disassembled plane.
What a nightmare!
Dusty ass runway.
Be shitting my pants.
But goddamn, it was a clusterfuck. All right, peace.
I don't know. I mean, you could be right. Nigeria may be very, very rich. I don't think the majority of people experience that wealth, though. Oh
no! This is the Puerto Rico Republic speaking. I'm calling to tell you I love you.
Thank you.
So, hey, Timmy Boo, I'm actually here in Hartford, Connecticut on a company business trip, and I wanted to share with you.
Isn't it funny to think that Puerto Rican fat man has a job where he has to travel? Like he has a legit job.
Something that I noticed for the first time in my life trip. Because I've lost a little bit of weight, and now I can reach around and touch my anus completely. I just felt for the first time a hemorrhoid.
Oh.
Yes.
Take a picture and post it in the Discord.
My first one.
I'm pretty sure Puerto Rican fat man, one time when I was testing out a live stream or something, he called in via Skype and started dancing around in his underwear.
I'm going to name it.
I recall that.
Haley's Comet.
Oh, nice.
And if you want to know, you say hemorrhoid in Spanish.
Yeah.
You say una canica en el culo.
Uno coniki culo is the Hawaiian way to say Merry Christmas to you. I know that song. Thank you very much, Puerto Rican Fat Man, and everyone who called into the voicemail line today. That is all the time we have on this edition of the show. I want you guys to email me, show@distortedview.com. Distortedview.com is our official website. Voicemail line for you at 206-666-4463. That's 206-660. Oh, God, is it? Oh, God.
It tastes just like fresh perked honey.
Try the distortion. STD. Tell all your friends about the podcast. Don't forget to rate us and review us on iTunes. Guys, thank you so much for a great week of programs. Remember, if you're Sideshow members, I'll be back later this weekend for an exclusive program. Otherwise, I'll see you back on Monday to do it all over again. Until then, bye, everybody.
Am I sick in the head? That would be fun. To gang rape. How do you do it? I mean, you have go computer school and learn how to gang rape?